Welcome back to the Retire As You Desire show. In the past episodes, we've had some really great conversations about some of the issues in retirement, some of the things that you should really look out for before you retire, things to think about, things to plan for, especially the 4 phases in retirement. But today, we're going to be talking about fun things. Why you should actually retire as you desire. Like, why do you actually want to leave the workforce? And this is one of the most fun conversations I get to have with my people is, what's the purpose behind you stopping working? So in today's show, we're gonna hit the highlights and we're gonna talk about all the different great reasons why you want to step out of the workforce and start living the life that you've always desired. So in today's episode, let's talk about why it's so important to buy back your time. That's actually what you're doing in retirement, is you're using your money to buy back your time. Because when you start to create income from your hard-earned dollars and your hard-earned investments, that's what frees you up. And that's really what financial freedom comes down to in retirement. But that phrase gets thrown out a lot in the financial world. We all want financial freedom. We all want to be free, all day long. But what does that actually mean? Most people have no clue. It's just a saying. One of the things that we want to look to eliminate is financial stress in retirement. That's part of your freedoms. We also want to look to having peace of mind and a piece of security in retirement. That word is very important to understand. Is what does peace of mind look like? What does that mean for you? Because most people do not have the same concept of peace of mind throughout retirement, because different fears and different phases creep up throughout the hopefully 30 plus years that you spend in retirement. So let's really dig deep into part 1. Part 1 is, what does it actually mean to be financially free? I want to dive deep into this subject because most people get this wrong. And let's be very clear on this. We want this. This is something that we all want to desire to be. But financial freedom, it's a state of being. It's a state of mind, actually, where an individual has really achieved a level of financial success and independence that basically allows you to live off of your own assets and live on your own terms. And this is very important, very, very important. If you have your job that is dependent on income, that does not mean you're financially free. Here's what it actually means. If you have the money and investments or rental properties or businesses that create cash flow every single month and it sustains your standard of living, this is what being financially free is all about. It kind of eliminates some of those constraints that you have. And it basically gives you that opportunity to have income every single month in retirement, hopefully throughout your whole entire life. Now, this is going to vary from person to person, to family, to couple. All of this is based on your individual goals. And I want to stress this. You should never, ever worry about what other people have. That's such a trap. It's such a mask. We don't need to worry about how much money other people have. Financial freedom for yourself is based on how much income you want to derive from your assets. And here are some of the key elements for being financially free in retirement. So, being free from financial stress. This is where you actually have the confidence to have really no bad debt. This is so critical, and we talked about this in other shows. Individuals typically have little to no debt in retirement, and that allows them to have less stress because they don't have an extra $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a month that's going to be allocated towards their investments. I mean, it's going to be allocated towards their debt, where they could be enjoying that money and they can go on vacations. I mean, think about this for a second. If you had an extra $3,000 a month to travel or go spend time with your grandkids or do your hobbies that you love doing. That's part of financial freedom. But if that money is tied up into debt, it's going to have a constraint. So financial stress, we want to try and eliminate this before you retire and alleviate some monthly payment headaches that you may have. So sufficient savings is another big part of being financially free in retirement. I've seen a lot of clients build up a pretty sufficient emergency fund. Now, there's a bunch of different ways to look at this. 3 months, 6 months, 12 months. What I like to use is a 6-month period. So if you have $8,000 a month worth of expenses, you want to take that $8,000, multiply it by 6, and that's going to give you your emergency fund, that sufficient savings fund. This provides a buffer against unexpected expenses and financial shocks in retirement because they do come up. That new roof, that new car, there's a lot of different variations for this. Now, this is a fun thing that I love talking about. Being financially free is so important, but even when you go into retirement, this doesn't mean that your investments don't need to grow anymore. You still want to have wealth building accumulation throughout your retirement years, and this is all about having proper risk for your investments. Now, financial freedom often involves accumulating wealth through just really smart saving and investing and wealth building strategies over a 30-40 year period of time. But passive income is so important. This is where real estate is great, having income from different investments, and I'm not going to get into all of them today, but you could have dividends, rental income, royalties, maybe annuities, or a pension. All of these things provide financial support without the need for active work, and that's pretty much the key for retirement. You want to have your investments doing the work for you, and you don't have to do the work anymore. That, by far, is one of the most important mindsets to have. Let your assets do the work. Let yourself relax and make every day a Saturday. And then financial security. Security is a very difficult word to say in the financial world because, let's face it, nothing is 100% secure all the time. That's one of the things we have to have that mindset about. But being financially free is individuals could have a sense of strength and peace of mind knowing that they have a solid financial plan. And this is one of the things that I would recommend you work with your financial advisor and your tax accountant team. So that way you can really weather the different financial storms or downturns that could happen in retirement. Even if you have a health crisis, if you need to pull money out of your investments or you have unexpected events, where do you withdraw money from? Where do you have your taxation as well? Understanding this could be a big gain for your retirement future. Now, having control over your finances and knowing where your money is going every month is going to empower you. It's going to feel like you're in control of your financial future, and then it gives you confidence to make sound financial decisions every single month, and it aligns with your values and your goals. Those two things are a huge benefit. Now, when we're talking about being financially free, giving back is one of the most important things that I've seen with our clients in retirement. It gives them the most pride, the most joy, whether they're giving money to their grandkids or their kids or to different charities. Here's a great example. We had one of our longest tenured clients. They wanted to give money to their church because their church, the parishioners are just decreasing. Not enough people are going to their congregation as of late. So what we were able to do is set up a distribution from their investments to go straight to their charity. It helped them from a tax planning standpoint for their AGI, but also they were able to send money and support 4 different families. And tears were coming down their face when I told them everything was finally finished. And when they got that phone call from the church and the letters started to pour in, that financial freedom allowed them to feel 10 times better than what they do every single day, because they knew they were helping people and giving them a sense of purpose, them a sense of passion. So it goes hand in hand. Different organizations are going to help you really bring out the best in yourself, and having different organizations to support could be a life changer and a longevity changer for your own retirement. It just gives you a bigger sense of meaning and purpose. And you're also making a difference. And having the means to contribute to the well-being of other people, this above and beyond is one of the best things you could do. Now, financial freedom is all about time. This is how we're going to wrap up this segment. When we're looking at our time, if you could have your assets generating enough growth or revenue to pay for your lifestyle, this is where you don't need to earn a paycheck anymore. This is where you can give your 2 to 3 week notice to your boss and say, I want to retire. I'm stepping out of the workforce. The quality of life that I want is so much more important than being stressed with work, stressed with people, doing the reports. I know we've all been there. We've all done that. It happened to me this morning, working with some clients before hopping on the air here. Sometimes these troubling times happen for everyone. But if you have enough assets to fulfill that income requirement, that's where you have a better quality of life and a freedom of time. Stay tuned for the next segment. We're going to be talking about really financial freedom is a deeply purposeful and meaningful event in our lives. Don't forget to stay tuned to the Retire As You Desire show. Welcome back to the Retire As You Desire show. Right now, we're talking about the best parts of retirement. And there's plenty of them. There's so many of them. But they vary from every single person. They're different. Even when you look at a husband and a wife, they're going to have different wants, different needs in retirement, and the circumstances are going to be different. This is the best part because you kind of get to recreate yourself and do the things that probably always dreamed of, because I've seen this over the past 15 years. Not a lot of people get to do the things that they love throughout their whole entire life. Some people wait until retirement to do these things, but it's all coming down to freedom and flexibility. These are the two things that I've seen to be the most important in retirement. You get to set your own schedule. Sounds pretty good, right? Have you been able to do that over the past 30, 40 years of your work life? Most people, they don't. They get to go to work, they get to earn a paycheck, but they save all this money to hopefully spend 30 plus years in retirement to doing hobbies and interests and activities that they love. That's the name of the game. Are they enjoying their time? And I've seen a lot of retirees get to delve into the hobbies and interests that they've always dreamed of. This is such a blessing. Such a blessing. I've seen the gardening, the painting, the reading, writing books, and learning new skills. I could give you a list for days on this, but traveling has been the number one thing that retirees love to do, especially our clients. That's one of the biggest things that they do because they haven't had the free time to travel and the advantage of having free schedules for the past 30 years. I mean, you work for so long, then you retire for so long. And here's why traveling is so important. You get to explore, you get to try new things, new countries, potentially visiting family like we have down in Argentina and in Spain. It's so fun to go to different places in the world, and that's living for me, especially. It's really all about taking that next step and trying new things. We also have some incredible clients. They take road trips and these like 50-foot long RVs, 40-foot long RVs. I don't know how they do it, and they're towing a car behind them too. It's kind of mind-boggling, but they love it. They've traveled to so many of the different state parks, but they get to spend quality time with their significant other as well and their loved ones. Your retirement allows for more time to be with your loved ones, and that's a huge benefit for your longevity. But you get to re-strengthen your relationships, especially potentially, I should say, with your significant other, your spouse, because now you both have this unlimited free time, right? You're not working, you're not going to the office. You're creating new and cherished memories with either kids or grandchildren, which is the best part, and other relatives that you may have not had the ability to spend time with over the past 30 years of your working life. And I've seen some folks spend time with health and wellness coaches. With more time available, I think people live better lives when they focus on their health and wellness. They're exercising, they're preparing healthier meals, maybe not drinking as much or stopping drinking altogether. It takes some of the stress out of their work commitments as well. But when you're doing that, you're spending time with your loved ones, but you're also loving yourself. Loving yourself and taking care of yourself can be a huge mood booster in retirement. When you start going to classes, you can meet new people, you make new friends, you make better health choices. All of these things have a compounding effect for your longevity and the fun that you get to have in retirement, because when you work out, even if you just go for a walk and have a walking group, you have those endorphins working for you. That's something that I don't want you to underestimate for the fun in retirement. I know it hurts sometimes, the pain, but it's worth it in the long run. And then for those who have planned well from a financial perspective, retirement is going to alleviate some stress. One of our clients, when he stopped working, he literally got off of all of his medications because of stress. It was gone. He didn't have to go downtown Chicago every day and get on that 5 o'clock train to make it to the office and start working. So a couple things happened with him. The relationship with his wife got a heck of a lot better. They started going on dates again. They started walking again. They're spending time with their grandkids 3 times a week. It's a big win for the whole family, because now their kids are saving money on daycare expenses too. That's a big win. They've also saved a lot of money on medications. He was taking one that was costing him $500 a month. So they just eliminated a $6,000 a year expense from their planning. So now we need to withdraw less money from their investments every single month. So one little thing like retiring helped them tremendously financially, from their health perspective, and also from their family perspective. These are great reasons why you want to retire as you desire. You get to have personal development time with your friends and family. And then as far as growth goes, I really love people who spend time to try new hobbies, go to workshops, learn new things. We've also had clients create like a side business almost in retirement to try and make money, but also they're doing new experiences. It gets them a new routine, and the comfort of routine is huge from a satisfaction standpoint. It gives you that sense of purpose to get out of bed every morning. Super fulfilling, and it's enriching, and it's a great new phase of life. And then when you're traveling in retirement, there's so many insights to have a much better life. And if you've ever traveled before outside of the country, you have so many new opportunities to meet people, meet different retirees, but also there's various studies and surveys that have explored this trend of longevity extension in retirement. Now, while exact percentages of retirees traveling in retirement is going to change from study to study, but when retirees, when they prioritize travel, there's some huge insights, and the data shows this that's available these days. For instance, AARP, this was a great study. It said about 99% of baby boomers, Those are people born between 1946 and 1964. They expect to travel in retirement this coming year. 99%. I mean, there's a reason why both pre-retirees and retirees want to travel. It's amongst the number one thing that people want to do first when they retire. The Transamerica Center for Retirement Studies said approximately 70% of retirees identify travel as the number one priority for their retirement years. And let's think about that, 70%. I think this is ingrained in us in America, in society, when you're in your working years. Where are you going to travel during your couple weeks off? Where are you going to spend your time? Where are you going to take your family this year for summer vacation? Traveling has been ingrained in our society for years and years and years. So when you have all the free time in the world in retirement, if 70% of retirees are saying, we want to travel, it's a big sign that it's going to give you a great opportunity to have a fun life throughout your retirement years. We have some clients right now that have been saving up for 2 years, yes, 2 years to go to Morocco. They joined a travel group. They pay every single month into this fund that's basically allowing them to travel. And every 2 years they go on a new trip. So this is something that you may want to look into in your local community to see if there's travel groups that you could be a part of. And they travel with some of their friends because their friends are going on the trip. So it's all about strengthening those relationships in their retirement years. So this is another fun report. The U.S. Travel Association says that seniors 65 and older, I don't like to use that word old, 65 and older though, they account for a significant portion of the travel market, often prioritizing leisure travel in their retirement plans. And this is one of the things that I help our clients plan for. So where's our vacation fund? Where are the dollars going to come from? And we really allow our clients to understand the tax potential ramifications of withdrawing money for travel so that we could plan for this every single year. And we have clients who take 4 to 5 trips a year. So we have to plan for this financially, and we help them do that. And then Visa. This is a big one. From a global traveling intention study, retirees represent one of the biggest growing segments of the international travel market, with many seniors planning trips abroad as a key component of their retirement lifestyle. Listen, it's no surprise that a considerable percentage of retirees want to travel because you have all of this time. You're definitely going to want to stay tuned to this show and another show in the future. We're going to be talking about how to travel in retirement and how to live abroad in retirement as well. So that's a fun show to keep in mind. So stay tuned to the Retire As You Desire show. We're going to have a ton more great content for you about the freedoms in retirement. These are all reasons why you want to step out of the workforce, to have them, to live again, to feel vibrant and really love your life. Because it's up to you to enjoy your life. And traveling gives you a different perspective on life. It gives you a greater appreciation for diversity and enriching your own personal growth and learning. But my favorite part of traveling of all, besides being with my family and trying new foods, is the excitement that it brings. Welcome back to the Retire As You Desire show. Today's episode is all about the freedoms in retirement, why you should retire as you desire, and live the lifestyle that you've always dreamed of. And today, we're really digging deep into the fun part of retirement. And we've been talking about traveling. Traveling is one of my favorite things to do on this planet. Now we have a 2 and a 5-year-old, so it's not always easy to travel. But when you're retired, you have free time. You have so much time to go and explore, try new places, see new places, travel with people. Here are some of the key reasons why travel is so valued in retirement. And during this phase of life in retirement, you really want to look at your mental and emotional well-being. When you travel, it stimulates the mind. We all want to stimulate our minds in retirement. But traveling also exposes us to new experiences and cultures. This is a great thing. You get to experience different cities and little villages that you see how they live, see what's making them happy. You could bring some of their environment back home with you and ingrain new traditions, new habits into your own lifestyle. That's a fun thing to do. Our family has done this throughout our travels. But it also keeps you active and engaged. Some of the most important parts of retirement. When you're learning about new places and navigating new situations, it actually helps with your cognitive functioning. This is great, really great. And when you travel, it can be stressful, but studies have shown it often provides a break from your routine at home, and it offers relaxation and stress relief. Getting to the airport, getting to your hotel, usually the stressful part of traveling for anyone, especially with a 2 and a 5-year-old, but exploring new places and enjoying those leisure activities, it could enhance your mood and your emotional health and also your relationship with the people who you're traveling with. This is a big one. You're staying active. Your physical health, so important. Many traveling activities require you to move or hike or swim. This could really help retirees stay physically active, which is crucial for maintaining health and wellness, but also mobility. And traveling in retirement also promotes wellness. The anticipation of travel and the enjoyment of new experiences, it releases endorphins, and also it improves your mood. And when you improve your mood, you're much happier to be around. And this helps with your relationships too. Traveling with family or friends could really strengthen bonds and create lasting memories. We have clients who say, you know what, I want to travel with different groups of people because some of our family members don't like to travel, and that's okay. But this helps combat loneliness as well. One of our clients who unfortunately, God rest his soul, he just passed away. But he spent a big part of his life traveling by himself because his wife just didn't like planes. She was just scared of them. But they had this agreement where they knew that they wanted to travel still, be part of each other's lives, but they gave each other the space to do the things that they wanted to do. And this was part of their growth and fulfillment dreams. This gentleman went to India, he went to the Maldives, he went to Bali, he went to Japan, he went to South America. He did so many incredible trips, and when I went to his funeral, there were photos of him traveling all throughout the world, and I was hearing his 2 daughters speak about him, saying, oh, he was there, he was at this place. And they were just living through him, and they gave each other that permission to really spend time with their families, to dream and grow and travel as well. So it was a long-lasting impression on their family. Even though he's not with us anymore, his spirit still lives on through those travel aspirations. So it was a really interesting thing to witness in real time. And a lot of retirees do have travel goals. This is a bucket list destination thing. Retirement is often the ideal time to fulfill these dreams because guess what you have now? You have time. You have the ability to accomplish this and spend joy with your loved ones. And traveling gives you a different perspective on life. It gives you a greater appreciation for diversity and enriching your own personal growth and learning. But my favorite part of traveling of all, besides being with my family and trying new foods, is the excitement that it brings. It gets the blood pumping, it gets things flowing. It's that novelty effect where you're gonna be at this place for a certain amount of time and it's gonna tell you if you are meant to go to this place. I feel like traveling gives you energy. Certain places like Japan and Scotland and Argentina all give me incredible energy. It's just, these are places that I want to go back to immediately. If I had the opportunity to speak at a conference there or go there and bring my family, we would jump all over that. Would love, love, love to go back to these places. But there's also places that we've been to that didn't really resonate with us, but they were a great experience because we got to explore, try new foods, and do new activities. But it kept our life exciting and dynamic. And the same is true for retirees. You have that same effect. But when you travel, that monotony in life that a lot of people feel in phase 2 in retirement, it changes. That regular travel, like once a quarter or twice a year, it breaks up that daily monotony and it provides a different way to live your life. Really a different way to live your life. But when you have the pictures up on the wall and your kids and your grandkids are talking about the trips that you take together, and you could also create lifelong memories for different generations of your family. And it's going to give you a different social connection as well. Another aspect of traveling in retirement is getting rid of some of the stress in life. This is some of the most important aspects. So I've talked to people throughout the past decade and a half of me being a financial advisor, especially for people wanting to retire and plan their income. Stress is eliminated when you create an income stream for travel throughout your investments. This is part of the balance sheet. This is part of the planning that we do. And this is something that your advisor could definitely help you with if they're really up to date on retirement planning. When you have the ability to travel once, twice, 4 times or more a year, that's going to give you an alleviation of stress. Because if you actually stress test your money to see if you're able to travel as much as you would like, it's going to give you a sense and a really big peace of mind. And there's a bunch of reasons why you want to minimize and eliminate financial stress, especially when it deals with traveling. It's going to reduce some anxiety, and let's face it, anxiety is going to be a part of retirement. We have clients who have been retired for 20 years that we've had the ability and the benefit of working with, and sometimes they still stress out about money. But when you plan accordingly to have a purpose for each dollar of your investable assets, this helps eliminate some of that anxiety or worry, or really understand if you can take these trips. I also met a really interesting gentleman that was a financial advisor, and he created a company in retirement to do big cruises for families. So what they do is they look at families who have the ability and the means to get not only their kids but their grandkids together, and they do big time trips, and they handle everything from nuts to bolts. They do everything for you, from booking the flights, booking the cruise, they do your excursions, which is a big part of enjoying traveling in retirement. You get to try the different cultures, especially on cruises. But he's been able to create long-lasting memories for families for many years to come. And the cool thing is, they've been able to have 4 generations of families take these cruises. So think about this. If you have great-grandchildren, you're blessed. That's a blessing in and of itself. But imagine being able to take them on a vacation, getting the family pictures, putting them up over the mantle. One of our clients took their 16 grandchildren, yes, 16 of them, to Disney World. Now, we heard some interesting stories about this, because Disney could be overwhelming to a sense, but they had this beautiful picture up over their mantle in their kitchen of all of the kids in Disney. These are those life-lasting memories that allows the money to be super valuable. In my opinion, it has a much greater effect for the money. It has a much greater purpose for your money. And when you have purpose, associated with family, and a sense of being in retirement, these are all reasons why you want to step out of the workforce, to have them, to live again, to feel vibrant, and really love your life. Because it's up to you to enjoy your life, especially in your retirement years. So when you go to retire as you desire, really, really, really please focus in on ways to enjoy your life. Do the things you've always dreamed of. And that's what living the retire as you desire lifestyle is all about, is getting the anxiety, the worry, and the stress out of retirement. So tune in for the next segment. We're going to be talking about how we can eliminate financial stress in retirement. This is the most important part, so stay tuned. I saw this with my parents when they were stressed. They would spend money, and this is why they were always in debt. So if you're one of these people, it's so critical and crucial to eliminate these stresses in life. It's going to give you a much clearer picture for your future and those who want and really deserve to be in your life. Retire as you desire. The show is all about giving great information about how to improve your future retirement or on how to make your retirement even better. And in this segment, I really want to be very specific about eliminating stress in retirement. If you can plan on eliminating this early, it's a big game changer when it comes to your future health, your wealth, and just your enjoyment for life. So stick with us to the end here. This is going to be one of the most important parts of today's show. So when you eliminate financial stress, guess what that's going to do for you? Your mental health is going to improve. It's going to help reduce anxiety. But financial stress comes from different places, whether you're worried about your health, running out of money, worried about your kids, worried about grandkids, worried about what do you do with your time. There's so many different variations of this. But if you can really improve your mental health, your life becomes better in retirement. But if you can eliminate some of the insecurities that you have, your financial stress will change. And that's so important. Significantly reducing these negative emotions and promoting health and well-being is going to make your life so much better. If you can get better sleep, this is one area where we have our clients focus on. We don't do this personally, but if they take care of their sleep and get into a great routine, it's going to help them improve their overall routines and their overall restfulness. I'm sure this comes as no surprise, right? Take care of your health. It could help not only your lifestyle, but your wealth. But sleep is one of the things that retirees don't really pay attention to, I've studied over the years. And if you focus on your sleep, this could help eliminate some of the stresses as well, just because of a routine factor. Because when you have chronic stress, including financial stress, it could have adverse effects on your health. I mean, you look at my one client who retired and was able to get rid of all of his medications. It was a huge thing. This could potentially reduce risk from heart disease, hypertension, and other health problems, as studies have shown. But also, minimizing financial stress can help overall stress levels for your life. And this is going to show up with your relationships, with your family, and the people around you. And once stress is leaving the body, your immune system starts functioning better, which is really, really great. High levels of stress have been shown to weaken the immune system. So if you're sick, you may stay sick longer. Or if you had COVID and you're super sick and weren't feeling well and you were very stressed before, it may have extended that sickness. It's just something to try and eliminate before you retire as you desire, as much as possible. It's never a perfect thing, but it's something to strive for. And eliminating financial stress can improve some of the communication that you have with your relationships. If you're tense, people are going to notice that. And if you're not stressed all the time, people are going to want to be around you. You're going to be invited to new activities and new social opportunities. It's a great thing to be. But by alleviating financial worries, individuals and retirees can more freely engage in social interactions, be present, and really engage in meaningful connections with others, which is a critical part of retirement. And if you still want to create and do things in retirement, do woodworking, whatever that may be, this is going to help keep you engaged in your tasks in a much more focused way. It's going to eliminate some of the distractions that you have, and it's going to allow you to produce more and be more productive in your retirement years. But if you're less stressed, you can make better decisions as well. From a money perspective, you're not making random purchases. You may be buying things that you may not need. And that stress alleviation may stop you from making terrible financial mistakes as well. It gives you a sense of more of a long-term security as well by eliminating some of these stresses. Because if you're spending, like I saw this with my parents when they were stressed, they would spend money and they would spend money and spend money. And this is why they were always in debt. So if you're one of these people, it's so critical and crucial to eliminate these stresses in life, especially from a relationship standpoint. If you have the ability to eliminate some relationships and the ability to eliminate these stresses, it's going to give you a much clearer picture for your future and those who want and really deserve to be in your life throughout the rest of your retirement years. And another aspect of eliminating financial stress is your financial literacy. Without the stress, you could dedicate time to improving your financial life and your own financial literacy. You could work with your financial advisor and take courses to get better control and empowerment over your life. Because when you're not stressed, you think clearly and it gives you increased confidence. And one of the things that I've seen over the years, this is a fun one, when you have increased confidence, it can give you the opportunity to plan for a bigger and better future. But what I mean by this is not only for you and your significant other, but this could be for your kids, grandkids. You could pick up the phone, call your financial advisor and say, I want to start planning for the future. I want to start planning for charities. I feel great about where I'm at, and getting to that point takes a lot of work. But when you're there, it gives you so much confidence to go out and change the world and make other people's lives better. Because now you're in a phase where you have time, you can give. It's so empowering, and I hope that all the retirees watching this show can get to, because it's really a powerful moment and a different mindset in life. And if you know you have the ability to overcome these challenges and stresses, it's going to help you achieve your financial goals. And we all want that in retirement. And it gives you different freedoms. Retirement's all about freedom because now your time is free. But your goals are something that you want to strive for. I know a lot of people have been holding back their goals because of monetary concerns. And that's a problem for me. I want people to utilize their money and enjoy their overall happiness and well-being. And part of that is going after goals. It's a big part of life. Eliminating the financial stress is going to help you go after the goals. It's going to give you richness, satisfaction, and happiness in life. It allows retirees to focus on what truly matters and gives them a better quality of life. When you're eliminating those stresses, it's crucial for promoting your health, your physical health, your well-being, your mental health. But it's going to strengthen your relationships and your productivity. It's going to give you better financial management as well, something we all want. But the satisfaction of life, if you could take a step back and say, is my life satisfying to me? And if it's not, it's time to make changes. It's time to get that peace of mind. Retirement is all about careful planning, prudent financial management, but also cultivating a supportive lifestyle that fits what you want to do with your life. Several key strategies for this wellness and well-being in retirement is getting a financial plan put together that really dictates what you and your significant other or yourself want to see happen. You want to establish a retirement plan that is comprehensive. It outlines your financial goals, not anyone else's, and budget for this, and save for this, and invest for this. If your financial advisor is not qualified to help with retirement planning, I've seen this is the case sometimes. Sometimes this happens. Sometimes you need to graduate to work with a retirement income certified professional, which is what I am, who has really studied the ins and outs of retirement planning and some of the things to look out for. These are the things that could be great. We may not want to do this because I've seen bad situations with other folks over the years. So you want to learn from other people's mistakes. But if you don't feel comfortable and confident that you're able to retire as you desire, we're here for you. We're here to have an open and a free conversation where some advisors charge for their time, we're not. I would love to have the ability to help you retire as you desire and give you new options, show you different ways to create income from your investments, show you how to plan to travel, spend time with your family, or do the things that you love. The reality is, we could be here for you. Please pick up the phone, send us an email. We would love to have an opportunity to show you how you could live the retirement of your dreams and help you retire as you desire. Don't forget to watch our show every Friday night, 6 p.m. Central Time. We're going to have great information, new ideas, and meaningful conversations to help you plan for a bigger, better future.